We've got floats in this single engine aircraft. Let's fly over water. But do they work? So Noah, do you trust a helicopter flotation device?
No.
Why not? Alicia, do you trust a helicopter flotation device? No?
No.
Wow, why not?
Okay, are you guys ready? I'm ready. Area clear? I'm filming. Okay, roll camera.
All right. We're going down in the water.
Action.
What happened?
I pulled all the way, man. I know I broke the shear pin.
Why not? Lord have mercy.
Now it's like a chain. Now it's like a.
The main reason for distrust in the float systems is a lack of understanding or an over-expectation of what the float systems will give you. The flotation device only needs to allow the crew to perform an emergency ditching maneuver. They're not actually designed to turn your helicopter into a boat and hang out in waiting for the Coast Guard. The floats are really part of a bigger system of water survival that includes underwater egress and water survival, underwater breathing devices, the use of flotation devices that you wear on your body, and the floats for design criteria when it comes to flotation devices. The flotation device must provide 160% buoyancy if it's multiple bags like this one. Keep one emergency exit above waterline and not block the emergency exits when inflated. You're going to take about 4,500 psi of nitrogen in about 2 seconds, turn it into 2 psi into the float bags. And they could have used helium. Seems like a missed opportunity. Our floats do not include a life raft. On the ones that have a life raft attached to the middle floats, you can see the center float is quite a bit bigger than ours. Maximum airspeed 60 knots, maximum inflation altitude 5,000 feet. This emergency flotation kit is not approved for ditching. This is not to say the floats are bad. The criteria they're referring to in that CFR is hull structure and integrity of the aircraft itself when going into water and ditching. The Office of Aviation Research in Washington, D.C. did a study called a Survey and Analysis of Rotorcraft Flotation Systems. While attitude and velocity play the biggest part in survivability during water impact, we're just going to consider the successful auto rotation to water where the occupants survived. And in that case, the floats are only designed to help the passengers egress the helicopter into the water or an emergency raft. Of survivable ditching attempts, the most common cause of death is drowning, obviously. And the most common cause of drowning is immediate overturning of the aircraft. Although the helicopter typically rolls over, the study determined that it was still easier to egress a rolled over floating helicopter than a sinking helicopter. Of course, after a successful egress, water temperature, survival equipment, and sea state are going to affect your survivability. The most common cause of float malfunction was the pilot's failure to arm the float system. Another cause of failure to activate floats was lack of training and not understanding how hard this lever is to pull. Some pilots thought they had activated them when they had not pulled the lever hard enough.
I pulled all the way, man. I know I broke the shear pin. So I thought I could do that.
That's why that handle moved.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let's get set up again.
Yep.
And what I want you to do is put your left hand on the cyclic.
Where?
It's underneath the,
That's a shear pin, and that's what you're actually pulling, and you're actually breaking that in half?
Yep.
yeah.
Oh.
And
Okay.
how much force does it need to overcome?
And it has to,
The pin itself?
it has to be below 30 pounds. 30 pounds, you said, maximum? Darn it.
Don't share it outside the family.
This is tougher than... What do you mean share it outside the family? This shit's,
like we were supposed to back then.
this shit's gonna go
They might
viral.
change that procedure, because I don't remember it being in there, but now it is. What the?
10. It takes 10 to do a drill. Alright, we'll cut a standard zip tie. Just grab here and pull back. I'm just going to do a loop, right? I got to hold this. I got to squeeze it. So squeezing it. Oh, that's pretty easy actually.
Left the pin in.
I think that was like 10 pounds.
Okay.
The shear pin. That has to be broken.
Actually, the physical valve at the bottom.
So that shear pin was not that hard to move. It's actually the valve in the bottle that's probably making it tight. Yeah.
Because we have to check the pull on.
And the cable itself has like no resistance.
I don't know.
Many helicopter flotation systems have electronic arming and electronic float inflation. Our 407s don't have that. What we have instead is the manual system. So we'll call pulling this pin arming the floats. Study concluded that heavy pilot workload during emergency autorotative landing can prevent arming of the floats. When you know you're in an area where a forced water landing may be possible, or you're about to travel over water, you should arm the floats. A study also showed that many pilots elected to land in the water in urban environments rather than deal with the obstacles, even though they could have made an autorotative landing on land.
Take your right hand, pull it back.
Copy. Do you want me to loosen this up and reposition it?
No. No, it's supposed to be 20 degrees off of center, so it's in the right place.
So at this point, we're waiting for the rotors to stop to do an egress.
I hear a leak. Oh yeah.
A lot of room.
Oh hell no, I wouldn't stay in the helicopter.
How many minutes has it been?
10.
10? Alright, so at 10 minutes, these are still drum tight, maybe tighter. This one's kind of deflating.